All right, welcome back to RVdreamz, where life is getting scary. Because you're currently in my steering wheel on the Mini, and I am taking the Mini out for a drive. With a little bit of luck, not going to burn out the clutch, and I'm not going to stall because it's been a hot minute since I've actually driven a stick. So the idea of getting started here, obviously, not cool. Because what happens more often than not is I go to get started and then I never put enough pressure on it to make it do what I want it to do, and it's craziness is what it is. I say put enough pressure. I don't put enough throttle when I'm letting the clutch out. I let the clutch out more than the throttle, and once I've got it rolling, it's the easiest thing in the world. Just brum, 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 change gears, no problem. It's just getting that far that's the problem. That's all it is. It's the beginning, the very, very, very beginning when I'm in first gear, getting into first gear. That's the only place I have problem, which is crazy. It's very crazy. My mirrors are made for Marcy so that you can barely see out of them, and she's a lot shorter than me, and you can tell my head's touching up here. It's not cool. But at the same time, what am I going to do about it? I whine, I complain, I could do that, but really? Not going to do that. So I did a video like this last week, and it ended up getting deleted for some reason. Oh my goodness, my ear is so itchy. Oh my goodness. Anyway, did a video like this last week, and what ended up happening is it got deleted accidentally. Don't ask me why. I don't know why I deleted it. It was stupid. But I deleted it accidentally, and I had a good rant where I was talking to the camera. I was driving. It was my first solo drive in years, and I thought it was just really fantastic. And now we're doing it again, which is also fantastic. And I've got the camera set up to actually record, so I don't have to pay attention to it. There we go. And what's really cool is the speedometer's over there. It's right in the middle, and it's just the craziest thing in the world. Why would it be in the middle? Let me see. Let me roll up that window so we don't get any more distractions. I can't roll down this window when I'm driving because then you won't hear anything. And I won't hear anybody talking to me, all that good stuff. So, I don't do that. Anyway, what's happening today is we're going to go out, we're going to do a couple little things, and I'm looking at getting some stickers. And there's been a little bit of pushback for me getting some stickers, and I think that's hilarious. Marcy doesn't want me to get stickers because she doesn't see the value in it. Everybody else that's a van lifer is like, yeah, we have to have stickers. I'm like, yeah, okay. I get it. I'm a sticker guy. I love stickers. You know, it's one of those things where it'd be worlds of fun to have stickers, but what are you going to do? So I'm looking into getting some stickers today. I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to do it, but I'm looking into it. So that's going to be exciting. And like I said, driving solo here for one of the first times. It's like the third time that I'm driving solo, which is kind of fun. And I pack my typical camera gear and my camera and stuff like that. Like, I pack all that crap. But then at the same time, I also have to be careful how much stuff I'm bringing, because really, why do I need 1,000 things? And I'm driving, I won't be able to take pictures. Whereas I do when I'm the passenger, and I usually have my big lens, and that's just a world of fun all by itself. But today, I have the small one, the small little lens, which is all kinds of fun by itself. That guy's really peeled around me fast. Or that's the guy that came around me. There you go. I'm following with the flow of traffic here, so I don't know what they want out of me. I'm not going to go reckless speeding or anything. It's one of those things. You're 20 years old, you're like, yeah, I'm going to do 120 in a 50 zone. I'm like, yeah, you think you're that good. You get older and it's like, meh, I'm not in that much of a rush. I don't care. I just don't. You want to go fast? Go around me. I don't care. It's one of those things where I used to think it was ridiculous when you get those bumper stickers and license plates and crap like that. It says I'm retired, go around me. I've got all time. I've got all the time in the world to do whatever it is that I'm doing, so figure out your speed going around me. You know, people didn't like that, and I think it's hilarious. Like, it's an 80 zone, I'm doing 80, people are whipping around me, and like, so? I've got an hour to make a 25-minute drive. I'm good. Go around me. I'm going to roll that window down a little bit again. It is, honestly, it gets warm in this tiny little car. As you can see, double sunroof, that's a lot of fun. The problem is they both open. Well, that's actually not really the problem. The problem is they don't always close. That's a real problem. So we brought the RV, we're going to be getting the RV back either tonight or tomorrow. I'm banking on tomorrow morning is what I'm banking on, but who knows, maybe it'll be today. So the idea is we're going to be getting it back, and they did the brakes, they did an axle seal, they did the lube, oil, and filter on the entire chassis and on the generator. And I made sure that they changed all the filters that were possible there, and, you know, doing all the things they're supposed to be doing. And why am I looking at a red light? No, it's a green light, but everybody's slowing down. It's like, that's what I'm wondering. I didn't see the flashing lights that warn you that it's, anyway. It's a big pile of silly nonsense. Now it's going to go red. As I'm going through the light, it's going to go red. Anyway, I do tend to rant a lot, and quite frankly, I like doing it. I do. It's not the rant. It's not ranting that I'm enjoying. It's the being able to talk. Being able to talk to the camera and say, hey, here's how I feel. Here's what's going on in my day. I find it very therapeutic. And there's an RV show over here, which I'm now suddenly very interested in. Because Marcy wants to sell the rig that we currently have. I want a bigger one. She wants a smaller one. So we're always up for going to shows, but she drags me to see all the smaller trailers. I drag her to go see all the bigger rigs. And, well, we never get into damn thing. But we're always looking. Anyway, the idea is I find it very therapeutic to have these conversations. As much as some people might find them really annoying, that I ramble on for quite a while, I find them to be very therapeutic. And by that, I want to explicitly say it's not just babbling that I find therapeutic, which, let's be honest, I do. It's fun. What I find, however, is that when I start talking, I can work out ideas a lot better. And sometimes I record those ideas and it gives me an excuse to be able to talk through it, right? Sometimes I don't record and then I can't work through it. So I find it very therapeutic because I can work through some stuff and I can actually talk it out, which is a very good thing. And lately, that's actually been very necessary. Let's get really real here for a minute. What's going on in my life, unfortunately, is that I've been having a very, very difficult time mentally. And as a result of that, I've found that what was really essential for me is to actually work stuff out. No matter how I work it out, it's essential that I work it out. So I've got a journal where I document everything. I talk about whatever my problem is at that moment, and I write until I have a solution. And I'm not asking for a solution. I'm trying to work out the solution for myself in my journal, and really that works. So I think that's fantastic. I'm sitting at a red light and I'm nervous that I'm going to stall or something. I mean, I shouldn't. That'd be ridiculous to do that, but these are fears that I have. Anyway, by talking, by writing things out, by doing that, I actually help myself mentally and emotionally. And I had a bit of a mental crisis not too long ago, for reasons that we're not going to talk about here on the channel. But what ended up happening was I had such a hard time that I've discovered a lot of things about me that are positives that are coming out of a negative. And what I mean by that is that I actually have managed to lose weight. I've lost a few pounds because I've been so stressed. I haven't been eating very much. So I've managed to lose a little bit of chub, which is awesome because you've seen videos, I've got enough chub I could lose some. So that's a good thing. And we're not talking 1 or 2 pounds, we're talking like 10, 15. So I've managed to pull that one off accidentally, I'm sure. Because it wasn't intentional. And by doing these videos, I actually work through a lot of stuff. So this may be a long form video today because we're going to be doing a lot of stuff and I'm going to be doing a little bit of talking. Who knows how much we're actually going to edit out, but this is the plan for whatever that's worth. Words are hard some days. Because now I got to figure out where I'm turning, and I'm turning in 5.3, so I don't have to worry about turning just yet. See, that's the fun thing about the kilometers versus miles. I went to the States and I switched my GPS into miles. Horrible idea, horrible. Because I was screaming at my GPS so often. Oh my goodness, like, it's a great GPS. It avoids toll roads, back roads, dirt roads, all that stuff. It avoids all kinds of stuff when you program it to avoid all that stuff, right? And I thought, what a wonderful, brilliant thing. It may take you the longer way, but it avoids toll roads. Brilliant in the States. And it shows you all kinds. Anyway, it's a great thing to have. And what I ended up doing that I found really frustrating is I put it to miles. So it'd say, you're going to turn in 0.7 miles. Like, I don't know how far that is. I really don't know. I have no actual idea. I've been using kilometers forever. I have no idea how far 0.7 miles is. And I was talking to a friend of mine that was American, and he said, well, that's 3/4 of a mile. It's like, that still doesn't help me out. How far is a mile? Like, I don't know. Speak English. Tell me in meters. And everybody thought that was hilarious that I'm screaming speak English, and it was one of those things. Anyway, as you can see, we're turning away from the sun a little bit, which is much better. I really enjoy this part of it. I really do. I enjoy the talking part, the talking head stuff. Really enjoy it, but we're going to have to cut it here, and we're going to talk to you in the next little bit. Hey there, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to give a sneak preview and an update as to what's going on with RVdreamz. So, one of the things that we have going on is that the motorhome went into the shop, okay? And when it went into the shop, we had a whole bunch of things that we had to work on. And one of the biggest things was the brakes. The brakes weren't bad, but it was time to replace them, because what happened was at one point, there was a spray put on the wheels. It makes it nice and shiny, it's wonderful. And that's great and everything. But what's not great, hang on here, I gotta adjust that. There we go. So what's not great is that gets onto the brakes, and then the brakes will squeal, they'll slip, they'll slide. And when we were going through all those mountain passes, we burned through the brakes, is really what it was. We burned through the brakes, especially in the front. Because just in like mountain pass after mountain pass after mountain pass, and like we burned out the brakes pretty good. We put a lot of wear and tear on it. We didn't destroy the brakes to the point where they needed to be replaced, but it was one of those close enough. Let's make it happen. So we were looking at a whole bunch of different things, and there's a video coming up that you're going to be able to watch right after this. And I wanted to preface that because we looked at a bunch of RVs and a few trailers. Yeah, maybe doing something in the future. We don't know yet. But boy, would I like to do something in the future. I would love to do something. Anyway, what had happened was we went out there and we were just looking around, just for the sake of looking around. We found all kinds of issues, all kinds of problems, all kinds of everything. And I was looking back at the RV that I currently have, and I was thinking to myself, okay, Marcy hates it. It is costing a fair bit of money, because we thought all the kinks were going to be out of it. They were not. The kinks were not out of it at all. So as a result, hang on, I got to turn this. It's picking up my shadow over here. And anyway, so the idea behind everything that we were doing is that the maintenance cost was getting to be a little bit too much, and it was a little bit too often. We thought all the kinks were worked out, and they weren't. And we thought that there was an enormous amount of maintenance that had happened because it was a rental, and that hadn't happened either. So when people had an issue, they just left it, and they didn't bother to tell the dealership about it. And then the dealership didn't know to maintain anything. So they made their money and then some, which really ticks me off. But it's one of those things. What do we do? What do we do? So I was thinking, and I actually have talked this over with Marcy, and we've come to the conclusion that this RV that we have is getting to be a bit of a drain on us, emotionally, mentally, everything. So we started thinking, what if we rented it? We go to a website that's very popular, very well known. It's called RVeZ. And if we go there and we actually start renting our unit, we could make some money. We really could. And because of all the repairs that we've already done and all the work that we've already done, it's ready to be rented again. And it's ready to be a good rental. And it's the kind of thing where, yeah, we would drive it. Well, there's a lot of details that we don't need to go into right now. But the idea is that if we decide that we're going to rent it out to people, once we do that, we're going to be looking at how much money can we actually make per month, how much money can we make per summer, blah, 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 blah. And we'll be working that stuff out, and we'll figure something out, is what it really boils down to. And that kind of thing. And then we're thinking to ourselves, maybe we want a bigger one. Maybe we want something else. So the idea here is that we may be going into something else. And if we do, what we're going to be getting would be, to make me happy, it's got to be bigger. Like bigger all the way around. Why? Like it has to have, instead of just one slide out, it's got to have 2 slide outs. So instead of being, the 8-foot something that you have going down the road, and then I've got an extra 2-3 feet on that side. Well, I got an extra 3 feet on that side, and all of a sudden, I doubled my width. Just about. Let's all calm down. I can do math. 8 plus 6 is not double. I get it, but close. So the idea is maybe we can get something like that. Maybe we can get something that has different layout, a completely different layout. Where the layout that we have in our current unit, the one that you see on the channel, every time you go there and you look at the main page for the channel, it's the welcome video. And you see everything about that on the outside tour. You see all kinds of stuff, and it's great. But I'm thinking, what if we had another one? What if we had a different one? What if we did go a little older? Because a little older means the bugs actually have been worked out. And the kinks are actually worked out. There are maintenance records. Kind of big on the maintenance. And what if I got a diesel pusher instead of a gas one? What if I got a diesel pusher? See, the difference is gas is usually in the front, diesel is usually in the back. And that's what we mean by diesel pusher, because the engine's in the back, so it's pushing you along. Anyway, that kind of thing. I go much heavier, which means when you're driving down the road, right, you're just driving along, and all of a sudden, big gust of wind. And this is what I have to deal with now. I got a big gust of wind, then I got to correct, and I got, straighten out. Life is good. But then I get a much heavier one. It's like gust of wind. And that might be a thing. And it's going to be a hard sell, because I want the safety. With diesel, I can have the jake brake. And what the jake brake does is it's an engine retarder. So what that means is that I throw on the jake brake and I take my foot off the gas, and it just goes brr, and that sound that a lot of big trucks make when they're coming down a hill. That's a jake brake. That's the engine retarder. And what that means is it's taking some of the cylinders out. So they're not actually firing on all the cylinders anymore. It's only firing on some of the cylinders. And that's what's slowing down the vehicle. That's not bad. I get a little bit bigger and I can throw one of those bad boys in play. And that's something. And then there's also the issue of I can gear down a diesel engine a lot better. It's not going to scream as much as a gas engine when I start to gear down. And I gear down when I'm going down a hill, and it's going to save me and my brakes a lot. And at the same time, it's not going to scream when I'm going up a hill because it's a diesel pusher. It's made for this. It's not gutless. It's ready to go. That kind of thing. So maybe this round of this round of maintenance was just too much for us. I think it was a little bit. Marcy's just fed up no matter what. So she's just fed up with it. That's understandable. She's done with it. I get it. For me, all of a sudden it was like, this is getting to be too much. I was supposed to be in there for a day or two at most. It's been almost 2 weeks. By the time I get it back, it's going to be 2 weeks. And I am livid that it's taking 2 weeks to do a simple little repair. And it's like, we're going to a Ford dealership because you don't have a choice. Because it's a Ford chassis that's underneath our Hurricane, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But the only place that we can really go is a Ford dealership because it has a gas engine. So because of the gas engine, we can't go to a heavy-duty mechanic because they don't deal with this. It's too small for them. Like, oh, you just... So if we went to something else, like, say, a Freightliner chassis, well, then I can get any heavy-duty mechanic anytime I want. And then, on top of that, not only heavy-duty mechanic, but I can go to any Freightliner dealership. And they're used to dealing with these things all day, every day. So I can walk in, get something done quick. Especially when you get down to the States. Like, I've seen turnarounds in the States that were just stupid fast. They were like in and out same day. Gone. You know, that kind of thing. And it's the sort of a thing where I may be leaning in this direction. And that's where the whole video is going to be taking us. Because when I first started recording some of this stuff, it was just like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, woo, fun. We'll just look at some trailers and some campers. And it's like, I see a Class A, and I'm like, well, I want to go look because I like looking. And then I looked, and then I found something. So when I found something, I really had to think hard about whether that was something that I wanted or if it's something that I don't want. You'll find out in an upcoming video if I am actually pulling the trigger on something. You're going to find out. For now, we're just going to leave that as a surprise. But we may be leaning in that direction of getting something else, getting a diesel pusher perhaps. I don't know. We may actually go in that direction. We may not, but we might. Anyway, enjoy the video looking at some trailers and a few trailers, campers, that kind of thing, and a few Class A. So stay tuned, watch that to the end. You'll enjoy it. At the very end, we're going to throw maybe another talking me. Maybe not, but who knows? Let's see what the video has in store for us, and let's see what the next video brings, because that might be more exciting. We don't know. I've actually got Stampede for the next week and a half-ish week. I've got another week after today. After the recording of today, it'll be another week. By the time this comes out, it'll be a lot less than a week. But anyway, we're going to see where things go. So I've got Stampede that I'm going to be doing, and hopefully I'm going to be getting a lot of pictures, a little bit of video, and having a great deal of fun. Anyway, we will talk soon. I'll see you after the video. Take care. Okay, so here's the bedroom of the Airstream. I absolutely love it. And let's go back here. This is cool because I'm on the wrong side of this. This is the shower. Okay, so the shower's in here. Nice little shower. It's little, but it's nice. Right across from the shower with this port window, which I really love, is your dry bath. That's awesome. And then, just for giggles, on this side, you have a massive wardrobe. Maybe not super huge for some people's standards, but for mine, this is massive. I love it. Now, what's really cool, pantry over here, which is always awesome. Here's your microwave. I lied about the pantry, apparently. I'm not reaching down for that one, so we go here. We go pantry. And this is my favorite part, the kitchen. And then the ultimate living room. I love this living room because you can actually fit tons of people across here. And you could entertain. If you had company, you could probably turn it into a bed. My opinion on company is no. So, I like it. It's very nice, very streamlined, very, very pretty. And off we go. Let's take a quick peek inside this van. Hello. What I am guessing, yeah, I guessed correctly. This is your wet bath. Not super big, not super bad. It's right here behind the driver's seat, so that's one of the reasons why I'm not super big on it, but beside the point. Oh, this thing is not closing properly. There we go. Okay, so let's tour the back. I love this idea of the 2 benches because you could sleep on one, specifically now you sleep on that one, and use this one for storage or whatever, company if you have to. I like that van. That's actually not bad. The chirping bugs me. But this is not bad. And we're looking for a reason. But my son might be looking into getting some sort of vehicle for himself. I love this gear shift right here. I love that. That's so cute. But yeah, this might be a thing. Now we're going to come into this big, beautiful thing. It's got 3 steps on the outside, 2 more steps on the inside. Let's check out the front first, because that's what we do. I kind of like the front. Really loving this window up here. And it's got a big TV up there. I like that. Dinette, love it. Theater seating for the win. Now, Vernon apparently is geeking out back here, but we're going to take our time here in the kitchen for a second. I love these. I love them. But you got to get them to fit your sink. We tried that and didn't fit. It was a bad idea. Okay, so here we have the obvious bedroom. Wardrobe in the back. TV up here. Okay, we're not doing bad. Let's check out the bathroom, which looks a little longer than I would have expected. Oh, it's a real walk-in. Like in the shower head. That's actually pretty cool. Like, look at how long this bathroom is. It's skinny, but look at how long that is. And there he goes. Oh, wait, did I see here? I see fridge freezer combo. Look at that bad boy, fridge freezer. Ooh. Don't let Marcy see this because she'll want one instantly. And we're not having any part of that nonsense.
That's an automatic shade right here.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know where the button is for it.
I don't know where the button is either. Probably over here. We'd probably have to have the power turned on. But anyway, just for reference, there's the button. The uppy-downy button for the curtain. I like this rig. This is not bad. Next. So coming back here first, we see that I love this. I'd sleep sideways and I'd use this part here and this part here just as storage for daily stuff. These little under cupboards. Not bad. Not bad at all. I like them. It's going to have a big basement. Your closet storage. A bunch of drawers down here. And then cupboard space up here. Not great, but not bad. There's Vern over there in the front enjoying his day. This is interesting, okay? It's a wet bath, but it has a shower screen. That's kind of cool. I like it. I like this bench idea back here.
It's supposed to spin.
2 lagoon tables. Love that. Yes, these chairs should, in theory, rotate. Oh, yeah, they're going to be a pain. I see what the problem is. They're going to be a pain there. But anyway. Not bad. Not bad. I love the storage up here. Hello again. Beautiful mirror. Nice storage. Great ceiling light. Love the coat hooks. The drunken octopus. And be honest. Tell me that doesn't look like a drunken octopus that's ready for a fight. Seriously, it does. It does. You know it does. And we're off to the next.
Well, you got some theater seating.
Okay, so we're talking about the Vern approved. That's not theater seating, but okay.
It's a couch.
It's a couch, yeah. It's a Murphy bed right behind it is what it is.
Yeah, that's what I like about it.
Yeah, I don't like the Murphy bed idea.
With a really fancy shower. Check out the shower.
I'm liking the dinette. I mean, the shower, I'm not sure if I would buy into the shower. It's a dry bath, so I mean, you've got your action is separate. That's not bad. It's got a slide out here, so it's not terrible having a slide out. Having the extra plugs, brilliant.
I like this though.
I do like the dinette.
I like those.
The kitchen's not bad. I like the tall window. I hate the bedroom. All right, so these are the Vern approved models.
No, this one's not Vern approved.
This one's not Vern approved. I kind of like it. That's not bad. I mean, I wouldn't buy it and I wouldn't live in it, but still.
I like the
Yeah, he loves the skylight. Let's go around front here and check that action out.
Yeah, I like that a lot. That's a favorite. Because you got your stove.
Yeah.
Stove and your sink is both in one. That's fast.
What I'm looking at is none of these. I'm looking at right over there. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit. Let's zoom in a little bit more. Yeah, you know what I'm looking at.
Modern buggy.
Class A over there, baby. That's what I want. And you know me, we got to do the Class A. Check out this seating. Loving
I don't know
that.
about you, but this is a lot bigger than yours.
Nope. The bunk, of course. Interesting. Theater seating. It's a very different layout from mine. Very, very different. But I like the door. Look. I like the door. The barn door is really, it's a barn door. Love it. Big tall dresser. This is quite a bit smaller than our rig. Hello. Quite a bit smaller than our rig, but rather nice. I do like it. And Vernon apparently likes this one as well. So if it's Vern approved, we win. All right, next. Okay, I was originally going to start off with this big boy here, and Vern was going to check out that one, but then I saw this is much bigger. That's beautiful. Hello, Daddy's home. Okay, we are going to start off down here. I love these campers. I love the electric stairs. See the electric stairs come out? I love that.
No.
Oh, it's an instant no. Why is it an instant no?
The bed in the back.
The bed in the back. Well, okay. It's an instant no.
It's a slide.
Okay, we're checking out one of these. We're going to check out this one maybe. This one right here. Let's check this one out. It's got big slides on it. Loving the slides. Outdoor TV, I think.
Let's see.
This may not be a pusher.
Yep. Outdoor TV.
Let us see what we see. This is not a pusher. This is not a diesel pusher, so I'm already...
No bunk. That's a hard no.
No, that's a maybe. That's a maybe. That's a yes.
What the fuck is this?
Theater seating is nice. Theater seating is nice. Loving the dinette.
Yeah, check this out.
And the extra work over here.
Yeah, you
The
actually
extra
have an office
workload.
table.
I like it. Loving that. Loving the kitchen. Kitchen's nice.
Go through the bathroom.
Okay, we're going to go through the bathroom first. I'm liking the bathroom because you got a nice big linen closet right there. Good shower.
Hello, it's
Good
a
drawers.
washroom.
Oh, yeah. The bigger, better ones are. Bigger, better ones actually have washer and dryer in them somewhere. This one clearly does not have a washer dryer in it that I'm aware of. Unless, I betcha, that's not a linen closet. It's a washer and dryer. Hello.
Sliding pantry.
Love the washer dryer.
Sliding pantry.
That's kind of cool for the bathroom. I like that. Sliding pantry, apparently.
This is the washer.
But yeah, I like this unit. This is not a bad unit.
Oh, that's sweet. Okay.
Now I'm going to go check out the diesel pushers because Marcy wants to trade in. She wants to get rid of the one that we have. And I want a bigger one. Holy lifting. Did you see that action? Little desk, right? Comes all the way out, right into your lap.
Okay, let's go big shoots.
Well, that's not going back in. Okay, hang on.
Higher freaking.
All right, now we're going to come into the diesel pusher. This for sure is a pusher. Love this. Love this little table that comes up here. Love this.
This is a freaking mortgage.
All kinds of... Yeah, they're 300 plus. Anyway, loving this. All the different things you get to play with. No, this is a couples unit. Look at how big and beautiful and spacious that is. I love it. Love the seating over here. What's really cool about this is I betcha this actually comes out.
Yeah, but it's locked.
It's locked. And I don't have the extra hands to do that right now. But anyway, that comes out and that cushion comes down and it's a big, beautiful thing. I love the daddy chair. That's awesome. Now I got to check this out. table action. Desk action for the daddy chair. Love that. Oh, guess who found out how it worked?
Get it.
You'll get it. Anyway, nice little dinette. Great little workspace, although quite frankly, I'd be using that as my workspace. Not bad, not bad. I love the kitchen. I love the kitchen for this. The backsplash actually has room behind it, so I bet you these are drawers that actually function. They're drawers that actually function. Induction cooktop. It's a bit of a power hog, but I love it. Look at this big boy. Hello. Love this. Love the filtered water tap. And I love the bathroom. This is the, not main bathroom, this is the secondary bath. Because...
There's 2 bathrooms in here?
Yeah, there's a second bathroom. Your control panel, of course. Ceiling fan over the bedroom. That is absolutely king. I love how dark it gets in here. Look at the blackout curtains. That is king. Now let's see over here. Look at that wardrobe space. That's just beautiful. And then we come in here and we take a look at, and I'm gonna guess, washer dryer. Let me hold that up. There. Washer dryer or washer dryer. That's awesome. And of course, the room of bath would not be complete without the shower avec bench. This is my kind of unit right here. This I could get into. I would absolutely love it. This is brilliant.
I could retire in this.
Winnebago for the win. That's the one we were just touring inside. I am in love.
Wicked shower.
It's a Newmar! So there's obviously a TV up here.
This is an old man shower.
There's a TV here. The button for the TV to go up and down is right there. But then check this out, okay? Not only do you have this, great storage, great storage, but look at this, look. There's a vacuum! Central vacuum. Theater seating for the win. What? Extra seating for shush. So you don't want company. Look at this beautiful little dinette workstation. Love it. Look at the kitchen over here with the big beautiful hello. Oh my goodness. Here's your half bath up here. Oh, look at the door. Look at the door. Oh, I love that. Look at this beautiful bathroom. Look at that sink. Oh my goodness. Look at that sink. Oh, it's a Newmar. This is decidedly outside of my price range. However, absolutely love it. Oh yeah, this is definitely a sexy shower. I like this.
It's an old man shower.
You can call it what you want, but it's better than that. Ah, there we go. Love the bench for shaving of legs. The rain shower head. Oh, gotta love that. And an emergency exit. Or dramatic exit. And I'm guessing maybe not in here. Nope. Oh, check out the depth of that. Wow. There's a wardrobe. Complete with light. Complete with a safe. There's a safe. You can't see it very well. Check this out. There's a safe. That's deadly. So I'm guessing this is the washer dryer. Yeah, that's the washer dryer. The washer, the dryer, the happier you can be. There was a step there that I did not pay attention to. When you're coming out of the bathroom, be careful, there's a step. Oh, the air conditioning up here. Can't see my hand. The air conditioning up here. This would be cool. This is a great bed. This is luxury living right here.
This is a great recliner.
That is a great recliner. That is the daddy chair recliner right there.
Yeah, I haven't figured out the TV though. But
The button. Yeah, there's no power to the unit, so.
yeah,
Okay.
there is.
No, well, there's 12 volt power. And on the chairs, we have the pluggy-in power. This is one of those fancy dancy units that I would absolutely love to own. And I would have to live out of this because I wouldn't be able to afford a house when I had it. Because this bad boy's got to be at least $500,000. At least.
What?
Oh, he's figuring stuff out about the chair. He figured out that the passenger princess is royally a princess. Yeah, he's figuring stuff out. Yeah, we need prices on these ones because they're used and I want one.
Cheers.